Hey, TSP crew. Matthew Searsley with AgoristTaxAdvice.com, here to talk about saving money on taxes. And let's be honest, most people pay way more in taxes than they need to, and that's because they don't have a business. Don't have a business. As I've talked about before, the tax code wasn't written for employees. It's written for business owners. When you've got a legitimate business, even a very small side gig, you unlock an entirely different set of rules, over 90% of the tax code. Suddenly, things like your phone, your computer, your parts of your home, travel, education, equipment, these can all become tax deductible. So today, let's talk about 5 easy businesses you can start to open the door to some of those tax savings. Number one, to me, this is the easiest one of all. Freelance or consulting side gig. Use what you already know. If you've got any sort of professional skills, writing, marketing, design, editing, coding, tutoring, bookkeeping, whatever, you can freelance or consult on your own terms. And I'll tell you, particularly if even if you don't know how to do it, learning a skill like bookkeeping or designing a website can be a great way to start a side gig. All you really need is an LLC, a simple website, and a way to get paid. The beauty of this one is you can really take as little or as much work as you like. Even working just one weekend a month is still a business. Things you can commonly deduct for this are things like your computer, phone, home office space, any software subscriptions, travel to meet clients or conferences, and of course, any educational courses or certifications. Number two is make an ebook or a digital course. If you've got a lot of expertise or just passion for a topic, turn it into an ebook or an online course. There's lots of platforms for selling it. Gumroad, Teachable, even YouTube can now host it and sell it for you. It takes a lot more setup time because you got to actually create the thing, but with smart use of AI, it isn't that hard to do these days. It's so easy because you just need to start with free tools and a phone camera or a web camera. Use something like Zoom to record everything. There's no shipping, no inventory, no office hours, no direct contact with anybody other than by email. So, deductible expenses for this, obviously, your computer, your webcam, your microphone, any course hosting or editing software, any marketing expenses, and any books or training to buy to improve your skills. This can be particularly great if it's, something you love doing. Well, now you get paid to learn more about what you want to do. That takes us to number three, craft or hobby monetization. Do you already have a hobby where you make something? Sell what you make. Could be woodworking, resin art, candles, knitting or crocheting. Make any of those into a business by simply putting your products on Etsy or going to some local markets. If you're already doing it for fun, why not let the IRS subsidize your supplies? Deductible expenses for this, tools and materials, storage and workspace, any online store fees, website hosting or advertising, and travel for craft fairs or conventions. Number four takes a little bit of skill. Not everybody's going to be able to do this, but it's actually one of my favorites. It's event or wedding photography. Photography is really the perfect weekend business. You can start with a used camera, learn as you go, build clients from word of mouth. Now, again, this does take skill and consistency, but once you book 4 or 5 shoots, it tends to be incredibly flexible and scale very easily as you have time. Deductible expenses for this are, of course, the camera, lenses, lighting, editing software, any advertising, continuing education or workshops, and of course, mileage and travel to events. And if it's a destination wedding in Hawaii, well, now that trip to Hawaii you want to take becomes a business expense. By the way, all four of these, I think if you wanted to do something like go to a workshop, like the TSP or LFTM workshop, those would be deductible business expenses for any of these businesses. Number five is a little different. It's business for if you have a lot of money and not a lot of time. It's real estate investing. Buying even one rental property suddenly puts you in business, and it opens the door to some of the most powerful deductions in the tax code. Not only do you get regular deductions like travel, education, etc., but you get things like depreciation, It's quite possible to make thousands of dollars a month in real estate and pay zero income tax on that income. But you can start small. A single rental or Airbnb still counts and is still a business. Again, very easy to deduct mileage or travel to visit properties, education and seminars related to real estate, things like that. This can be great if there's an area of the country you go commonly. This is why I own real estate in Memphis, Tennessee. I have in-laws there, and so when we go to visit them for holidays, that is a business trip for me because I also go visit my properties, see my property manager, etc., etc. So, these are just five I came up with in a couple of minutes, and yes, I did use ChatGPT to come up with this list and about 50 other things. If you want to start a business, you can start a business. I guarantee there is something you can do, and most of them take either just a little bit of time or just a little bit of money to get started. Now, whether you've already got a business or you're just thinking about starting one, here's the bottom line. If you're paying $30,000 or more a year in federal income taxes, you are definitely leaving money on the table. And that's where I come in. I help business owners and high-earning W-2 employees use the tax code the way it was meant to be used so you can legally keep more of what you earn. If that sounds like you, please grab my free guide to tax deductions at agoristtaxadvice.com/TSP. Thanks, everyone.